From the beginning of time, no matter how accomplished in other fields, women have always sought a husband with an eye to what kind of father that man would be. Well, I hit a home run with John McCain. I got the most marvelous husband and friend and confidant, a source of strength and inspiration, and also the best father you could ever imagine. In that most sacred role, he brought to our children his great personal character, his lifelong example of honesty, and his steadfast devotion to honor. He has shown the value of self-sacrifice by daily example, and above all, John showers us with unconditional love and support every family dreams of. I know what his children say of him, and his courageous service to America in war and peace leaves no doubt what our forefathers would make of him. It's these virtues of character that led him to this campaign, to this moment. John McCain is a steadfast man who will not break with our heritage, no matter how demanding or dangerous the challenges at home or abroad. And let's not be confused. These are perilous times, not just for America, but for freedom itself. It's going to take someone of unusual strength and character, someone exactly like my husband, to lead us through the reefs and currents that lie ahead. I know, John, you can trust his hand at the wheel. But you know something? What I've always thought, it's a good idea to have a woman's hand on the wheel as well. So how about that, Governor Sarah Palin? John has picked a reform-minded, hockey-momming, basketball-shooting, moose-hunting, salmon-fishing, pistol-packing mother of 5 for vice president. And as a fellow hockey mom myself and a Western conservative mother, I couldn't be prouder that John has shaken things up as he usually does. No one can get the job done alone, and that's why I'm glad John will have Governor Palin by his side. We all have to work together, build consensus the way John has done all of his life. His leadership inspires and empowers and places ultimate success in all of our hands. Ronald Reagan was fond of saying, with freedom goes responsibility, a responsibility that can only be met by the individual himself. I have been witness to great service and sacrifice, to lives lived with humility and grace. In World War II, my father's B-17 was shot down. He was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross. But he was quiet about that, never claimed to have done more than his small share, just like my husband. I think John was a hero in Vietnam. But you know something? John just thinks it was his turn. Our son Jack will graduate from the United States Naval Academy next year. 4th generation, ready to do his service. And our son Jimmy, a Lance Corporal in the Marine Corps, served honorably in Iraq. Jimmy served honorably in Iraq, as hundreds of thousands of other young men and women just like him are doing for America and freedom everywhere. The stakes were never more clear to me than the morning I watched my son Jimmy strap on his weapons and board a bus headed for harm's way. I was born and raised in the American West, and I will always see the world through the prism of its values. My father was a true Western gentleman. He rose from hard scrabble roots to realize the American dream. With only a few borrowed dollars in his pocket and a strong back and a can-do spirit, he built a great life for his family. His handshake was his solemn oath. He looked you straight in the eye and always believed in the best of you, unless you gave him good cause not to. Modest and good-natured, he had deep roots in our American soil. He taught me life is not just about you. It's also about nurturing the next generation, preparing a better world for all of our children, and helping them find the right way up. We all come to that knowledge in different ways. For me, the great moment of clarity was when I became a mother. Something changed in me. I would never see my obligations the same way again. It was after that I was walking through the streets of Dhaka, Bangladesh, surrounded by terrible poverty and the devastation of a cyclone. All around me were the children and the desperate faces of their mothers. The pain was overwhelming, and I felt helpless. But then I visited an orphanage begun by Mother Teresa, and 2 very sick little girls captured my heart. There was something I could do. I could take them home, and so I did.